Bow ba da bow ba da ba da bow ba da bow ba da bow ba da dang 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 a ding a dong ding blue moon.
No, wait.
Blue moon, blue.
That's not the song.
Moon. Yeah, it is. That's in the film.
That's not at the. That's at the end of the credits.
Oh, so okay, Mr. Smarty Pants, what song should we be doing?
Blue moon, I saw you standing alone.
Wait. Okay, right song. The song is correct, but that's in a different location. We're in the wrong location. Have a look around.
Wait,
Where are we?
this is London.
Okay, so we are going to be doing the American Werewolf in London, London only filming locations. We will be going to Wales another time to do a part 2.
Does that mean I need to get my passport and jabs?
Absolutely, if we're going all the way to Wales, you for sure need to do that.
Well, that gives us a bit more time. No, absolutely.
Anyway, so we're here for the American Werewolf in London film locations, the London only ones. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Let's go. Picture the scene from the film. It's late one evening. It's not evening right now, but anyway, whatever. A taxi pulls up about here, and then a posh couple gets out, and they're about to walk into this door when one of them has the brilliant idea to go round the back and scare their friend who lives there. And it's really funny. I bet he didn't know that there was a werewolf waiting for him round the back. But anyway, it's really funny because it's like quite a posh couple, and they're like, oh, ha, ha, yeah, let's go round and give him a little bit of a scare.
I've got an idea. Let's go round the back and give them a scare.
But it's freezing, Harry.
Oh, come on. Nothing will happen. I'm sure it's not scary around there, right in the dark woods.
Oh, you're crazy. It's not like there's going to be a werewolf, is there?
And it is quite a posh area, so obviously these people are going to be speaking like that. I think that we met some real life people like that literally a second ago. Anyway, so they walk around the back here. You can see all of this in the background of the shot. It more or less looks the same, more or less. Although this area right now is really busy. There's just cars up and down here. Definitely not like that in the film, but it was shot at night, so maybe all of these people in the cars, they'd finished their work and they were long in bed. Anyway, let's go and have a look around the back.
Is anyone there? Harry? Is that you? I'd be ever so scared if it was pitch black out here, old boy.
Okay, so as you can see in the distance, this is one of the shots from the film. This is round the back of London Zoo, and we're not actually going into the zoo today. Why is that?
Well, for a very good reason. It's not that we don't appreciate our supporters, but there's just not enough of you. There's not enough of you for us to pay the £33 each entrance fee to get into London Zoo for one shot.
Exactly, it really is just one shot as well.
Yeah.
It's where he like runs past those benches. He's naked, right?
Yeah, and I was looking forward to filming that scene, and I was going to fully commit to it, but unfortunately, that's the break.
And pay £33 to get arrested.
Yeah,
Not a good idea.
not for the third time.
All right, on to the next location.
Now, for our followers that are eagle-eyed, they may notice the sign in the background, and London is sometimes best known for its fruity meeting spaces out in the open, and I think we might have stumbled across one. Ladies and gentlemen, the trim trail.
Okay, so here we are at the bus stop where David, he comes out of the zoo and he goes to get a bus back to Alex's apartment. And yeah, he's wearing the clothes that he managed to steal from the zoo.
He's had a bad night.
He's had a really bad night. And it's probably one of the funnier scenes from the film. It's just so awkward.
Yeah.
It's very British, the way the people behave as well.
And it's done really well, so it's not just, it's not outright comedy, but the great thing about American Werewolf in London is the balance of like humour
and horror. Yeah.
You know,
It's
but there's some really
blend.
dark humour, but there's also just funny, and I think this is one of the funny scenes.
Yeah. And so you can tell that it's this bus stop because if we just turn around, you can see just over here, you can see this block of flats in the background there when he gets on the bus.
And it lines up, doesn't it, pretty much?
It does, but this bus stop might have moved, and the original one was like a little bit over here slightly, and there is actual evidence of that. As you can see, it looks like there used to be something here, like maybe the bus stop itself, the post. So yeah, and from here, it lines up.
Yeah, if you check the shot, if you look at the shot carefully, you could definitely see that the bus stop is more central to the background than it currently is, but it's still very recognizable.
It's very recognizable.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, so yeah, here we are, American Werewolf in London, the bus stop scene.
Pretty cool.
Amazing. Okay, let's go to the next one. And there's the bus stop. And what's really quite interesting is that, you know, he would have taken this bus and it actually goes in the same way as it would have gone to Alex's apartment, which is where we're going right now.
Next location. Yeah, that's kind of spooky. We didn't plan that.
Yeah.
Happy coincidence.
But what's not cool is that it's almost an hour to get there.
Yeah, I hope you appreciate this.
And I kind of respect David for sitting there in that woman's coat with no shoes on, you know, for a whole hour.
It looked very fetching.
Yeah. Okay, so we're outside Nurse Alex's house, and not a lot has really changed from this location, right?
It's really identifiable.
Yeah.
The church is literally across the street.
And
the only difference there, well, the fence looks different, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
the bushes weren't there, but the church,
Yeah.
there's just a beautiful church, actually.
Yeah, it looks cool. And so this is the house right here, and you can really see in the film, like, these posts are very visible. They haven't changed a bit, and the railings on the side as well. The door color has changed. It looks like a brand new door. They didn't use the flat as an interior for the film, only for a couple of scenes. Most of it was filmed in the studio. I remember there was a scene here where the cat hisses at him, so that happened right here. Here.
Yeah, and it's definitely empty, so we're not intruding on anyone's private space there.
No,
I think it's not being rented at the moment. And this is Kensington, so it's quite a well-to-do area of London. For those that are familiar with the city. This is an expensive part of London to live in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks just like it did.
It looks exactly the same. And just here, right kind of where you're standing right now, that would have been the scene where the two little girls and their dog, the dog started barking at David, and the little girls just started like doing this really creepy like laugh, you know, only that sort of laugh that you would only see in a horror movie, kind of like very Shining-esque with the twins.
You all know what he's referring to. We all know that laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is the famous, you know, this room here is where the famous change scene, where he changes into the werewolf.
The transformation.
Very, very famous scene.
Yeah.
Very sort of held up even today as sort of an important scene in horror films.
Special effects.
I mean, it was Rick Baker, and you know, for those of you who don't know, Rick Baker was a prolific makeup guy in the industry, and is pretty much behind most of all the cool makeup that you could think in that time period for films.
Absolutely. And what's interesting is, just very quickly, just point it out, that is the window that he actually climbed into, isn't it?
Yeah, there's
For sure.
there's like a stoop the other side of that,
Yeah.
which is still there.
Yeah. So
we
he
can't
actually
really get it on camera.
he actually climbed into that window, and if you look, you'll see like the angle from here, looking outside of the window, you'll see all of these buildings there, because they did film that one interior scene in.
Yeah, it's literally him stepping up onto
Stepping
the
up onto.
window step.
Yeah. So yeah, look, it's exactly the same. That is crazy.
It's a great location. Come and find it. Kensington, and it's St Luke's Church.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to find.
Cool. Do you
A
see
lot of
them?
people come to the steps and take photos and ask about. They're mainly Japanese, and they say werewolf, and I say next door.
Oh, have they? So just for everybody who's watching.
So it was number 64.
You live at number 62, right?
Yeah,
So,
I own the 62, and I used to own the basement. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I live here now.
Right.
And he lives here.
Yeah.
He's a
yeah.
local.
Okay, so most people that come down here, you said some people lived there and they had no idea about the film. It was
No.
filmed there, right?
No.
So were you, like, before you moved in here or whatever, were you completely aware that it had
No.
been filmed here? So how did you find out about it?
I just found out about it because Japanese people kept saying the word werewolf to me.
Yeah,
And then I ended up Googling it.
Yeah.
No advert for Google. I hate Google. by the way.
Okay, yeah.
I just ended up going online, and there was a video of Jenny Agutter crossing the roads
Yeah, that's right.
and going up the stairs of 64
Yeah.
and doing what she did in that. Well, she was a nurse, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And she's a local, Jenny Agutter.
Yeah, she's a local. We are at one of the locations for one of the more like scarier kind of scenes, I guess, in the film, you know. It's where the businessman gets off of the train and he goes to buy a chocolate bar. It's absolutely empty, and look at it now. It's a little bit
There's
different.
probably about, I don't know, maybe 300 people on the platform at the moment.
Imagine the werewolf was here right now.
He'd be full up quickly. Yeah, it's not quite as eerie at the moment, or it is, but for different reasons.
Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely packed. We tried to come here at like a quieter time. It's like quite late in the evening, but still, there are just
It's
so
absolutely
many people
jam-packed.
here.
Yeah, so there's it's hard to recreate the atmosphere of the scene from the film, but you still get a feel for it. You'll get a touch for it.
Yeah, and we're actually waiting for one of the trains to arrive. It should be here. I mean,
Ironically, the train we got here was onto the right platform.
yeah, which
that
is
was a
good.
happy coincidence, wasn't it?
Yeah, and this is just normal for like London Underground for the tube, is that the trains are always delayed.
Yeah, and we've both, come to London a lot. We've probably been in this train station so many times, not realising that it's the one from the film.
And that's very, very cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah, it's
remember
great.
watching the film years ago when I lived in London and like walking through the tubes late at night and
Yeah.
no one was there. You know?
and it's one of those things of
It's eerie.
it has that effect of like, it's a bit like when you turn the lights off and you've got to go upstairs and you run upstairs before the
Yeah,
boogeyman
yeah.
gets you. When you're in this train station or any of the train stations, it certainly reminds me of that film.
Yeah, exactly. We're at Trafalgar Square right now, and this is one of the scenes where the taxi that Alex and David are in, it pulls up around here. Now you can see that because you can see this in the background. You can see the National Portrait Gallery, and you can see that other fancy looking building there in the background. Now what's interesting is that this used to be a road,
Yeah.
and now it's completely pedestrianised.
All pedestrianised. I really didn't know that, did you?
I do remember it like back in the day when it was a
Oh,
road, because
okay.
I used to come here when I was like younger quite a lot to
Okay, cool.
feed the pigeons and that kind of thing.
Yeah, because
so-
all the slabs and everything look like they've been here forever. So
yeah, I mean it's been it has been pedestrianised for quite some time
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So yeah, but
it's beautiful here as well. Like,
yeah,
even for people that live in this country and or even live in London, and
Yeah,
you've lived in
yeah.
London, haven't you? I
Yeah.
come here a lot. You can't go over the history of this place. So it's a really cool location.
definitely. And so they get out of the taxi, like I said, you can see that area there, and then I think they walk down this way. So shall we walk?
Yeah,
walk
absolutely.
the way that they went.
Yeah, so the shot's kind of cut away a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's definitely got to be along here.
Well, you can see this like sandy-coloured Canadian embassy or whatever it is in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really cool. So they came down here, and you can see this wall here.
But with the magic of movie magic,
Yeah,
this is cut a little bit differently.
yeah, and I think you can see this fountain in the shot, and I'm pretty sure that they walk down this way.
Right, is the fountain on their right or their left?
Oh man, good question. We'll have to check.
Well, they definitely walk past this fountain.
Yeah, for
At
sure.
first we thought it might have been the other one. It's definitely this one.
It's definitely this one because they run up. Well, David runs up to a policeman who is standing over there by those lion statues.
Yeah, and for British fans of the bill, I can't remember the chap's name.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we'll put that in post-edit.
Yeah, we'll find out who he is. But I think they actually even walk up down here.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely down here. Now, all of these rails, I think they've changed from how they looked in the movie.
Yeah, and they almost look in the movie like just rails that have just been put there for the time being, not...
Yeah, no, they were. I think they were permanent fixtures.
Oh, were
there.
they? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But it's quite weird because in the film, this whole area looks incredibly dirty, like it needs a good clean. And nowadays, I think it looks a hell of a lot cleaner. I mean, look, it looks very nice and clean. So anyway, I'm pretty sure...
We should point out as well, this is Nelson's column.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a given. But so he comes up here, and you can see this is where he has the little dispute with the policeman. Well, he doesn't have a dispute. He wants to get arrested by the policeman, and
Because he's just realised, hasn't he?
He's just realised that he's the one that's done all of the killings, and it's really funny some of the stuff that he says. Like he's like, Prince Charles is a beep and all of that stuff. It's really funny. But yeah, it happens
Actually, that
right
would probably
here.
that might get you arrested now he's king.
It would definitely get you arrested.
Yeah.
Just for using that word, I think, nowadays.
Yeah, and rightly so.
Yeah. Exactly.
This shot here, though, is pretty awesome.
Yeah, let's get a bit of a better angle.
So you can see Big Ben there,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure, is that St Paul's or is that part of Parliament?
That's part of the Houses of Parliament.
Houses of Parliament,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So this is pretty awesome. Let's get in the shot.
This is great, really
So-
good location.
Yeah, I think for me this is one of the most memorable locations just because I came here a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah,
So
it's iconic.
when I watched the film I'd be like, oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
And now we're here again.
It's probably a really good example, actually, of like
Yeah.
a film location that many people have come to. And also be aware of it because it's just
Yeah.
such an obvious location. You know where you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Okay, so we're going to move on now to the next location, which is Piccadilly Circus, and I can't wait for this one.
And also, when you watch this, you can have a drinking game and see how many times we say the word location and take a shot each time.
I think there's going to be quite a few. Cool. Okay, so let's head on to that next location and take another shot.
Okay, so here we are. Wonder if you guys can recognise this place.
I have no idea where we are.
No, it's
doesn't look
just
familiar.
doesn't stand out. So, we all know this part.
Yeah.
Piccadilly Circus.
Okay, so this is where David, as the werewolf, runs amok, goes around, just
Causes a bit of trouble, doesn't he?
just a little bit. But in the start of the scene, he goes to a phone box that's probably somewhere around here. I don't know. It's not here anymore, obviously, but it was somewhere around.
There's not too much need for them nowadays.
Yeah, we will have a mobile, but
And in London, they're usually just used to advertise ladies of the night.
exactly. And you can see the LED lights in the background. It's obviously changed a hell of a lot. This place is like really, really different from how it used to look. Really, it's so different.
It's changed over the years. It's actually really modern, but it's recognisable. It's iconic. Everyone knows Piccadilly Square.
Yeah, well, Piccadilly Circus.
Piccadilly Circus, sorry, Piccadilly Square.
Been a long day.
Trafalgar Square, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
So anyway, like, he goes to slit his wrists in the phone box. It doesn't quite work out because he can't do it. And then he goes to like a pornographic theatre. It's a shame that's not still here, isn't it?
It would have been a good way to end the night.
Yeah. So he goes there, and that's when he turns into the wolf and just goes crazy, runs all around here. It's a really cool scene.
Yeah, and you know, it's another example of the film where it has some comedy moments to it. The cinema scene. It's really funny, isn't it? And it's very dark, and I remember watching it as a kid and
Just being like, what the hell?
yeah, and it'd be
this
super
kind of place
creepy and
exist?
scary. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's a police car right now. Maybe there is a werewolf on the loose.
Maybe. I haven't shaved for a while,
Yeah, you're looking a bit wolfish actually. Didn't think about that.
and I'm hungry,
Yeah.
like a wolf.
So this is the final scene from American Werewolf in London. This is it. Look, you can see not much has changed. You can see that big archway right there. This is where the police chase David when he's a werewolf. They come running down here, and they run down this way. Yeah, and it looks exactly the same, but we're going to have to go to the alleyway where they actually shoot him down. So let's go, follow me. Okay, somewhere down here, the police, they come legging it down here, don't they? And it goes down this way somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. We're going to have to do a quick recce of the area just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that they come down this way at some point. But yeah, let's have a quick look. Okay, so this is the final scene, the very final scene from the film. This is where the police lined up right here. Right bang here, the police were lined up. And then they looked down here. Now, right down here, there was an alleyway and it was completely blocked off. And they fired at the werewolf and killed him. Okay, and you can tell that it's this place, although it looks completely different. There's one way to tell, and that is when the police are lined up shooting David, you can see that these doors were in the shot. You can clearly see that these doors were completely in the shot. And it just looks completely different though. Like, these buildings and stuff, some of these were not here, and it looked like a really rundown, seedy alley, and now it's been completely gentrified. I mean, look at this place. It's tourist city, right? Back when the American Werewolf in London was filmed, I really don't think any tourists would be walking down this alleyway, right? It looked a little bit dodgy. Anyway, so that is the end of the film right here, and we are here. Look, turn around again. Bang. David is a goner. Alex runs up, all tearful, teary-eyed, and that's it. The end of the film. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure, but possibly this is where David was shot, right here. So let's reenact that scene. Blue moon, blue moon, blue moon. Blue, 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 blue moon. Blue moon.
What a day. We've done it.
I know.
Part one done.
God.
The London locations.
Yeah.
We have been all over London. I think we must have done nearly 30,000 steps by now.
It's great though. I mean,
It's awesome.
We've been to all of the really important locations from the film in London.
Yeah.
We only now have to go to Wales.
Yep. So we're going to do the Wales shoot as a part 2 for you guys
Yeah.
and girls. So please make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment. If you've got any suggestions of other ones you want us to do in the UK.
Please, we'd be happy to hear from any of you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And give us some feedback. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gutted. We've just found out that Richard Dunn is actually in London doing a signing today.
For all of you, that's Jack from the movie, and he was here in London, and one of your friends got to meet him. And that's so weird that we're filming an American Werewolf in London video.
And he was in London.
And he was in London.
And we could have met him.
That's
That would have been a better way to end the video than us two waffling on.
Ridiculous, man.
So with that in mind, guys, we'll see you on the next one.
Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.